Okay, so I just stumbled upon this. It appears Enzo Amore had an incident in the locker room, and along also with his ex-partner Cass. So, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Enzo Amore had a lot of locker room heat at the moment, and he was even kicked out off the WWE tour most recently. In case you didn't know, Enzo was until recently part of the much-loved tag team of Enzo and Cass, partnering with Big Cass. Yes, we know. The two have had a long, real-life relationship. Having first met as teenagers, the duo were called up to the main roster in 2016 after a 3-year spell at NXT. Yes, they were very popular in the WWE, and now there's a story where they split. Enzo, Cass betrayed Enzo. We know this. So the heart of the matter, as according to this article, and this is coming from Wrestling Observer newsletter, all these articles, Enzo has been shunned by his fellow wrestlers in the locker room. Although the report doesn't mention the reason, of course not. So how do we know? The report states that Roman Reigns removed Amore from the tour bus, and the Michael Jordan of jargon was also not let into the locker room. So this is what he said. So he has so much heat that Roman Reigns, I guess now, he's the top guy in the Raw locker room, and he calls the shots. He had Enzo thrown off the bus. This is what they did. There's a story that happened to The Miz when he first came up. They threw him out of the dressing room. Chris Benoit threw him out of the dressing room, and he wasn't allowed there for 6 months. So the report goes on to say that Enzo Amore was also not pleased with the breakup of the tag team. So are they doing this because he voiced his opinion and his displeasure about the split? His former partner, Big Cass, is also not the most popular person in the WWE locker room and is facing some heat for his political views, as he is supposedly a vocal supporter of President Donald Trump. This has got to be false, because does the WWE locker room know that their boss and owner of the company, Linda McMahon, is part of Donald Trump's cabinet? Do they know that Vince McMahon is a supporter of Trump? Has been? And regardless of that, when has it become? When have your political opinions now become part of backstage politics? I don't know. This is very efficient, but if it's true, that's not good. In the latest episode of Raw Talk, Kaz revealed that he is no longer interested in wrestling Enzo, as he was in the past, and that he will only fight him if Enzo wants to. He also said that his next target is Brock Lesnar, the current Universal Champion. Oh, everybody now is gunning for Brock. Meanwhile, it's unclear what will happen to Enzo and who he will feud with in the future. So, I don't understand. Now, what does this have to do with the heat? Maybe Cash just said this on Raw Talk because they may have second thoughts about the angle. Maybe they'll reteam them soon. Of course, in the author's take, this is not the first time that a wrestler is facing heat from his fellow peers. I mean, who writes these articles today? Of course, yeah, it's been going on since the beginning of the business. Some wrestlers get heat with other wrestlers, with management and or whoever. Enzo Amore may not be the most talented wrestler, but his mic skills are second to none. Oh, he's good for today. He's good. In 2017, he stands out, and it would be best if he is placed as a manager or another wrestler, or uses. Yeah, that would be the best if they used him as comic relief. Who writes these stories? So then here again, like I said, one outlet puts out a rumor, and all these websites and places pick it up. And yeah, you can say me too, but I'm not reporting the rumor. I'm reporting the reporting of the rumor, the coverage of the rumor, the coverage of this so-called news. And I'll put the links on the bottom. So again, it's the same thing. Details are unknown at this time. Of course, nobody knows nothing. It's being reported. The tour bus, Roman Reigns kicked him out. Morioff, they gave him the mistreatment, just like I said in the other article. Uh, he's not happy to split, of course, because what is he going to do now? He's 150 pounds, soaking wet, and he's not even 6 feet tall. And again, another editor's note. Well, I don't know what's happening backstage. You don't, so why are you even reporting it? Why are you reporting this as news? In fact, it's clickbait news. Even wrestling is clickbait news now because there's nothing to really go on. He thinks that Enzo has an opportunity to be successful in the WWE. He is successful already, and he has an opportunity. Thank you for pointing out he has the personality and the ability on the microphone. I wouldn't have known if I didn't read this article. And if he's willing to work on his ability in the ring, I could see him challenging for a mid-card title in the near future. Okay, he could work 12 hours a day for the next year. He's not gonna ever get that push. He's small. He's a very small performer for a male anyway. If you probably look next to him, he's probably 5'10", maybe 6 feet. I doubt it. And he probably weighs 160 pounds. Maybe he has no look. His look is his outrageousness. Yes, I've said he fits well as a manager. He would do well as a manager, but for not right now. He's still young. He's still very young. He can still perform in the ring, and the fact is WWE is very cold on managers these days. They're very cold. Paul Heyman has been the only really believable manager in the last 5 years, 6 years. Lana, you could consider her a manager or a valet, and look how fast they got rid of her. Because they're afraid that the manager will get more over than the performer they're supposed to be representing. They don't want that. They want the manager they want the performer to become better and become more noticeable because of the manager. But then usually it's the manager becomes better because the performer most of these performers who need a manager don't have the ability to get over it. So, and then mid card title now. What I think they should do with Enzo is have him wrestle on 205 Live, make him a cruiserweight, since that division and that show right now it's pretty boring. Nobody cares about it. Outside of Neville, who cares? I mean, really, maybe give him a long run with the cruiserweight title. Let him cut outrageous promos. Let him have some big fights on 205 Live. Let him have some really good cruiserweight title defenses on the pay-per-views, and maybe that could be his future. But already, when you hear Cass talk that he doesn't want to fight Enzo anymore like he did before, that's just laying the seeds down in case WWE made a mistake splitting them up. So that leaves the door open for them to reconcile and have a reunion and a makeup party. All right, that's enough. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.